time. It's time to go live. Are we live?
We're live.
Hey, everybody. Wait,
And
I'm going to wait
wait,
till
hold
my...
on.
I'm waiting.
Hold on.
I'm waiting to hear
Where
myself. We have everything working. Everybody who is here live watching us on YouTube, hello. Welcome to
Hey,
Thursdays.
no beep boop.
Well, no beep. Oh, we should have messed with them. We should have started like... If you guys weren't here last week, we sounded like robots, and we had to restream. It was a lot, so that's what you're talking about. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Thursdays at 5 p.m.
Did you just reach out your hand like you were shaking their hand?
No, I was holding their head. Because their head is probably heavy
five.
with a monitor. High five.
It just goes all the way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Live on Two Wheels, your weekly motorcycle live show that is also a podcast available on all your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, it would be so swell of you to do just go give us a little review. Love you long time. If you're watching us on YouTube, hey, hit the like button. Thanks. All my love to you.
If you're on Discord, we have a thread going for today's episode.
We are on Discord.
You can put your little Mimi stuff in there.
Yeah, so guys, here, but if you'll jump to my screen, I will show the people that if you are on our Discord page over
Remember
here,
to move your Discord a little bit lower so people can see.
Right, I always
there you go.
I always forget. All right, guys, if you go to our Discord on the left side and you scroll down, you'll see Live on Two Wheels. If you scroll to the bottom of Live on Two Wheels, you will see
You don't
Live
have
on
to
Two
go
Wheels.
there, and you can make it easy on them because they may not see that.
Up here?
Yep.
Boom, threads. Boom, Live on Two Wheels 29. Chase riding. All right, well.
Okay, so here's the thing about the Discord that we need. If you aren't signed up yet, there is a link in the description, okay? You have to accept the rules on the rules page and all that stuff before you can get access into it. But if you join us, we're going to pick one of these memes or comments.
What kind of memes are they putting in there, Bo?
I mean, really anything.
Yeah, make us laugh by the end of the show. We're going to pick somebody that made us laugh the most by the end of the show. And if we pick you, we're going to drop you. Are we doing the double week this week?
Yeah, we're doing the double week. So
Ooh,
we're gonna pick
a big
two
week.
Winners.
Ooh, 2 winners this week, guys. We
Two
did
wieners.
forget 2 wieners. We forgot last week, so we are doubling up this week. So put some funny stuff in there throughout the show, and we will pick it at the end of the show. So to go over the title of the video real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. The YouTube version of the show didn't do that great, but Triumph just released their Speed Triple 1200 RR, and it is, how do you say, glorious. We're going to talk about it later in the show, but what else? We got a sponsorship we're going to talk to you guys about, Revzilla's little RPM thing, which is essentially Amazon Prime for motorcycle gear, which is awesome. You guys should really appreciate that if you're into motorcycle gear. But first, we got housekeeping. Bo, how was your week this week, bud?
I mean, it's pretty good. I wasn't here for one of those days. It was like,
yo, no, tell all the people. Bo got a day off. Bo's gonna give Chase shit. I haven't stopped working for the 2 years I've been here.
well, so to be fair, that's mostly my own fault because you've given me plenty of opportunity to take time, and I just don't do it. But it was me and my wife's anniversary. Number
hold on.
7.
Claps in the chat. Claps in the chat for Bo's anniversary. How many years, Bo?
7.
So a big number.
Yeah.
From a young man.
Yeah, we got 5. We got tattoos. This time we had a picnic pandemic because
Wait, no, I think it's pandemic picnic. I don't think it's a
we didn't
picnic
do
pandemic. You guys went to just a giant park and were like, all right,
we're
going
to suck everybody's face.
Oh, God.
Let's get it.
No,
we went and ate our body weight in sushi, and it was nice.
I literally told Heather like 2 nights ago because I'm trying to like not eat a lot of carbs right now. I'm not calling it keto, not calling it whatever. I'm just trying not to be a fat ass. And I was like, I could really go for just a gross amount of sushi right now.
Yeah.
So I'll live vicariously through.
We always get funny looks from the women that work at that restaurant because me and my wife we're not large people. We're like both 5'7". And we order enough to feed like 4 of us, and they always look at us like, "Are you sure you want all of this?" Like, did I say anything else other than bring me these 3 rolls? and bring her these 3 rolls,
Dude,
like
I don't-
full ass rolls.
No lie, or as the kids say, no cap. I don't know how else to eat sushi.
Yeah.
Like if I get done eating sushi and I don't feel sick,
Yeah,
not from the fish, but
no,
like
it's
from the
just
amount of food I eat,
you get that
I
weird
failed.
feeling in your throat the rest of the night. You're like, okay, it's gonna come up if I hiccup.
Yeah, and you're just like, okay, cool. I don't need to drink any water, anything, because I've got this giant sponge inside of me.
Yeah.
It'll just explode.
Yeah, it was real good. So other than that, it's been, we're super busy, like always chasing the tail of videos that are coming out because we've been putting out like a metric butt ton of
Well,
them.
I mean, the good news is we might be the saga that is the R7 might be done. We put out our 1 month review today. That's performing really freaking well because people love the hell out of that R7.
Now it's time for the MT-07.
Yeah, we're a little behind on the MT. I need to see if Yamaha will let us hold the MT-07 a little longer because it would be
it's
nice.
the redheaded stepchild of because right now we have the Rocket.
But we treat it so well, though. I
We
literally,
do.
in videos, it's like, this is the most amazing motorcycle.
We do. Go-to sushi dish for me, it's called a mummy roll. It's a place called Tycoon. I don't know what it is. My rule for sushi is if I look at the picture and it looks fucking insane, like it's got to have all sorts of crazy shit, and like I like salmon and eel and tuna and all that stuff. So it's just like the crazier it looks, I just go that. I want
Really?
that. Yeah.
I'm just a pure sashimi tuna guy.
Yeah.
Like if that's kind of my like, are you serving decent fish or what?
Well, so we did that the first time we went there. You go for like the staples just to see if it's good.
Right.
But then after that, it was like no holds barred. Just like
Eat everything.
just balls to the wall. I want the crazy. This thing called a volcano roll that has like sprouts and stuff coming. It's great.
Now, God, I now really want sushi. We should not have talked about this.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's been about the week.
The Rocket and the R7 have dominated the channel for a while. So now we're
Yeah.
now it's time to give the MT-07 some love.
Well, I mean, we have the Rocket, as you guys probably know, we have the Rocket 3R Black Edition in the garage right now. I'm actually going to ride it home from work, but we're starting this whole thing where when we get loaner bikes, we test them in the mountains, we test them on the highway, we test them in the city, we do a 1 month review. We're trying to make some sort of like consistent amount of content that we can make with loaner bikes because I mean, like, we're in this like crazy awesome circumstance where like these motorcycle companies are just like, hey, we'll let you loan bikes. So we're trying to take full advantage of that.
the new loaner bike like plan in the shop is probably one of my favorite things that's happened.
Well, yeah, because it allows us to talk about bikes so much more particularly and like really test them out in ways that we don't really get to normally in first ride. So
Well, it's also
it's a
very
cool
good for
opportunity.
people watching because, like, if you're searching for that motorcycle because you're considering buying it,
yeah,
you're going to want to know all of these things going into it. And it's one of those things where, like,
Well, that's the plan
we
anyway
have
for
the
us.
opportunity to answer all of those questions for people because, like, shit like that didn't exist when I was looking for a bike. I picked the FZ6R because it just, I went and sat on it and it met
Right.
all my needs. But, like, I didn't do any research before. I didn't know what I was looking for until I got there.
Well,
So,
now
having
we're
those-
trying to we're
yeah.
trying to do that. We feel really good about what we've done with the R7. When we first got the R7, it was like Yamaha's first R7. We were literally waiting on them to get like a replacement thing from Japan before they could give it to us. And when we got the R7, there was not a lot of content out. I think there's probably like, other than press videos, there have been 2 videos on YouTube. So seeing, what we've been able to put out, I feel really good about that, just personally. I don't think there's anything else coming up other than just loaner bike stuff. And we're not going to have a first ride this week because the weather is just not working for us this week. But we do have a Rocket in the city tomorrow. Is that what comes out?
That's a
I
good,
think
great
so.
question.
We think the Rocket in the city video. You would think if we spent all day doing stuff, we would know, but we don't. Okay. I don't have anything else. Bo, do you have anything else? I'm really excited to get to this motorcycle.
Yeah.
Can we start this with just showing? Are we allowed to show Triumph's video? I guess we'll be in like the picture-in-picture thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys are super Live on Two Wheels fans, and you were here a couple weeks ago, we Triumph teased everybody with this like really dark and red, kind of not showing a lot of detail photo of this thing they were gonna release. And then I think like an hour later, they changed it to say, oh, it's a Speed Triple 1200 RR. No, now, to be clear, they have a RS, which is their regular Speed Triple. It's kind of like in competition with the, not really competition with MT10, but like the Super Duke, the Street Fighter V4, the Aprilia Tuono V4. It's their big deal. The reason I say it's not in competition with the MT10 is because MT10 is a 1000 versus this 1200-ish class.
Also, the MT is a hyper naked, but it's not a sport like in the same way that those are, because your rider triangle on those are
it's more sporty than the kind of upright than the MT is. So they put out this teaser image. Then we find out it's a speed, because at first we were like, was this a Daytona 1200? Like, what's going on? They put the name on the stuff, and then we were like, okay, cool. We did a whole episode talking about it, breaking it down. And then on Tuesday this week, again, I'm like, hey, what are we going to do for Live on Two Wheels? And I had a plan. And then Triumph actually releases it, and I'm like, well, that's okay, cool. Yeah. That's what we'll talk about now. Yeah. Also, if you guys have specific stuff you guys want us to talk about in Live on Two Wheels, that's where our Discord is very helpful. So you guys can kind of talk with us over on Discord throughout the week.
Whole channel just for Live on Two Wheels.
Yeah, we have it just for you guys to enjoy the show. So let's start this with I've got their video queued up.
Let me know.
I can go full screen, right?
You should be able to, yeah.
We'll just do this just to make sure.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give
an ad.
I'm not gonna give the ad the extra ad, but okay, we are full ready to go. On your mark, get set. This is all Triumph's work, not ours. Let's just be clear and go.
Like the track choice.
This is so good. I love this thing so much.
It looks like the Thruxton and the Speed Triple had a baby.
It had a big old baby.
Had a big old baby.
He's a fatty baby. Way to ruin a motorcycle video, I know. Man, Triumph be knowing how to make a video, no lie. Speed Triple 1200 RR for the ride. Nice job. Is this logo literally just stay on screen the whole time? Yeah. Okay, well, that's a little excessive. But, so, what do you guys think? Let us know in the chat. Cool stuff. I am excited. And basically, what this thing is, and by the way, we're going to get to the price because you're going to shit yourself. You probably won't.
I hope not.
I hope not. That is not something we want you guys doing. So, Triumph's brand new Speed Triple 1200 RR.
First, I just want to call it.
Call it?
I do feel good about it.
Okay.
I did say that it was going to be a pantsless.
We did call that.
Yeah.
We did call that it was going to be, and I even have this
like
in my
Neo
notes.
Cafe-ish, like super sport. Is
also,
what it was.
Should I hold on? Here's the thing. You guys just look at this.
I'm gonna bring up your screen to show them that's what their thing looks like.
That is their thing. We have never seen this before. Let me show you guys what our fairings look like.
This just goes to show that in this world there's not an original thought left.
Not at all.
Everybody's just gonna like completely unintentionally.
We have never seen this thing
any
before.
of our videos on this.
And when did we put out our fairing stuff? Because we came up with these like months ago.
Yeah.
Look, this is our. So if you guys don't know, we have our Wreck Bike Rebuild show. We build motorcycles, we give them away. These are the fairings, the Palotech fairings that we got custom made. We had to modify them, get them painted and everything. Red on top, thin white line, black on the bottom. Yeah. It literally. Here's what's gonna happen.
People are gonna be like,
"Guys, this is from a CBR 1000, or this is going to be on a CBR 1000." Like literally, the engine's behind me.
Yeah.
Like, what are the freaking odds?
I mean, that had to have been like more than a month ago that we.
Right. It was well more than a month ago.
So it's like,
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Dude, single front headlight as well.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And our tail is going to be small and unassuming. Like, it's got a very similar vibe. This is not an original thought left in this world. It's just how you do it differently, you know? We had a great idea. Now, I will say theirs is less encapsulating on the front end, and it looks more like...
Theirs is sleeker, so I'll give them that.
The thing I like about the round headlight with their fairing is they did it in a way that looks like the shrouds on the Speed Triple. You know, the little swoop-de-whoop shrouds on the side of the radiator?
Yes.
It looks like it's the same thing, but just moved up, and it fits the line. So
I think so.
I'm okay with it.
So I don't think
they stole our design.
I know. Trust me, Triumph makes gorgeous motorcycles. They did not steal shit. But if you guys notice, they have their line runs kind of horizontally through the bike. It's a straight line, whereas ours kind of goes with the lines of our motorcycle. So they are slightly different. It's not like a 1-for-1 thing. But when I saw this motorcycle, because their head fairing is a little different than the Palotech fairing that we have, here is the first thing that I thought about. Having, we've been doing the Trek Bike rebuild season, and I saw their bike, and I was like, wow, that's gorgeous. And after like 10 seconds, I was like,
why do I think that's gorgeous?
I was like, why do I think that's so gorgeous? And I was like, well, we have our WBRG bike, but then... You old school Chase fans, if you could go to my screen, Bo.
What in the shit?
This is almost, no lie, y'all. This is almost a 1-for-1 of exactly what my very first motorcycle was. It's a 2005 SV Suzuki. Go figure. Suzuki was my first motorcycle, and I talk about them like I do. This, like, down everything, looked almost exactly like, I think the only difference is I had a Two Brothers, not a Yoshi exhaust.
Yeah.
But it was yellow. I had the little seat fairing cowl at the back. These, I think there's something about me that loves this semi-naked motorcycle.
You know what it is for me? It like tickles that Star Wars kind of fantasy, because it's like the top of the body is just floating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's the thing I think I loved about the SV back in the day. It's the thing I love about nakeds now. And it's the thing I think I love about the Speed Triple 1200RR. Like, it's like beauty up top and business at the bottom.
It's the motorcycle mullet.
Yes. Oh my God. Did somebody say that, or did you make that up? Oh my God. Yes. It's the motorcycle mullet. It's beauty up top and just business at the bottom. Yes. I love it. So that's what I thought about when I first saw this RR. I was like, bro, it's like the pinnacle. If the Suzuki SV650 could have just evolved, if I'm going to use Pokemon terms, and like turned into its better, amazing self,
more better,
so better. The Speed Triple RR is it. And now here's the thing, Bo.
Yeah.
With the SV650, I had the S model, but there was a fully faired model. I forget what it's called. If you guys in the chat know what I'm talking about, it's the Suzuki SV650S was what we're looking at, and then whatever the other one was fully faired. But I'm wondering,
didn't Billy have the faired version? I think so.
Yes. So wait, that's a Jigsaw. Did I literally copy the wrong thing?
You did.
I probably did. Here, I have to search it now.
Dingle. Yeah, I always liked the kind of half naked. I call them they're like Donald Duck. It's just a shirt, no pants.
Right.
And
okay.
So I like that look. It reminds me of the speeder bikes from what was it?
Speeder
Empire
bikes?
Strikes Back. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, so here is a can we go full screen with that?
A fully faired.
I don't want to go to a forum. So here's the fully faired version.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Billy had one that was full fairing.
Well, so now I'm like, do you think that Triumph might make a lower fairing piece to go on top of it?
If they don't, somebody else will.
I don't think they should, though.
No, I don't think they should.
I hope that they just like lock in, like, this is what we want. This is what we want it to look like.
Was it Return of the Jedi? Yeah, it was.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's the 2005 SV650. Very cool bike. I always say that I'll buy one day. Another 2005 yellow SV650. Maybe it might be yellow, but I kind of want one day. Anyway, I'm very interested to see if
weird.
Triumph.
I had that thought about my FZ6 Fire the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you just want to buy it?
I was looking at pictures because I was showing Luke like the accident, talking about like the bike getting knocked over in a Waffle House parking lot.
Right.
And the guy came in, and it's the place I went to all the time. And the guy walked in, and the waitress was like, "You should probably wait the fuck outside. Like, don't come in here right now." But like, I was showing him pictures. I was like, I do miss that bike.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would be interested to see you ride an FZ6R now, like after some experience. So, if you guys are not familiar with the Speed Triple 1200 RS, we've got it on the screen here. We're not talking about cheap bikes, boys.
No.
18.5 for the Speed Triple RS. Now, I have not done a first ride on this. I need to talk with Triumph and see if I can get one because, bruh.
Have you ridden one?
I have. I rode one. If you remember, a few weeks ago we did that Triumph ride. Yeah. I didn't. I rode it in a group setting. There was.
I remember because you kept like, oh, I gotta slow down because of the rain. And then oh no, I gotta catch up.
Well, yeah. So like we were in this group ride, and the whole point of that Triumph had the ride for was so that they can get a lot of influencers together and basically go put the demo miles on their motorcycle so that they can do their first service. It was a really cool opportunity. We had a great time.
Rode my first ADV bike.
You did that. You had their Tiger Low experience. I didn't make a video because I kind of wanted to just enjoy it as a ride day. The guys and I don't really get to just go out and ride that much.
I tell you what, I was thoroughly shocked that you did not grab a camera. I'm gonna be 100%.
It was intentional. I was like, you know what? Oh my God. Cheers to Triumph. So didn't make a video on it.
Yeah.
I did post a photo on Instagram. Everybody was like, I can't wait for the video. And I was like,
you're going to have to.
might shouldn't have done that. So $18,500. Just so you guys know, a brand new MT10, $12,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking like $6,500 more than an MT10.
Yeah.
Which is fair. I mean, we're talking, the
FTR 1200 is like 14.
I should have included that in here. I didn't include it on my competition list.
That's okay.
So this is what this motorcycle is based on, guys. And the difference is, if you notice from that photo to this photo, as we can see, we have a clip-ons, which is probably the main thing you're going to see. That's going to change that rider triangle. You're going to be leaned over a lot more on this motorcycle. That's the whole point, though.
They've dropped the handlebars, and then they also with
raised the foot pegs.
Move them back, up, and out.
Yes. So this bike, even though its components are about the same as the RS, the RR is going to put you as the rider in a much more aggressive body position.
Comes with its own head pillow because you're going to be laying down.
Yeah, you're going to be laying down on this thing. As you guys can see, the handlebars, if we go horizontally over to the seat, the handlebars are probably an inch or two higher than the seat. So you are going to be very cafe racer vibe on this thing. You're going to be leaned way over. I'll be very interested to ride it because like when I rode the Speed Triple RS, the thing I'm mentally comparing it to my MT10, and the thing I noticed the most, and you probably noticed it while we were riding, the MT10, I'm able to ride it chill.
Yeah.
And it's happy to do that.
Yeah, I took the MT10 around the loop, and it was just like, whatever.
Right. It can be okay. It can be a psychopath, but it also has the ability to be okay. But that RS that I rode, that felt like a track bike with no fairings.
Yeah.
That was just like, I need to go. I need to get on it.
To be
right
fair,
now.
part of that is a motorcycle, and part of that is you. So
you have a fair point, good sir.
Yeah.
How you gonna put me on a brand new RS and then expect me to just like?
Okay. Like so, the Street Triple was even that way. Like the Street Triple had that feeling where it felt more like a mountain carving motorcycle that meant to be in a more aggressive situation than just like riding on. So I get it. Same thing when we did the Daytona, the 765.
Right,
like,
the Moto 2 bike. Yeah,
that thing it has the same kind of vibe. Honestly, this has a very Moto 2 vibe.
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, I wish, or what I'm going to try to do with Triumph is let them get us a RS for a while, so I can do like a good review on it, spend some time on it, and then grab an RR. Maybe do a side by side comparison. You guys seem to be loving those videos when we do comparison videos. Why is there a giant spike in the thing?
In what thing?
I don't trust any of the live stream stuff.
So
there's a weird spike looking thing.
The exhaust is interesting. I wonder if they're doing the same thing where they're using valves to redirect.
Why do you say that?
Because of the way that comes into that single.
Oh yeah.
The muffler itself. Like if you look at the pipes, because I only see 2 on that side, but it is a triple, so there should be a third one that comes in, and there's what I can see is 2 pipes.
I'm gonna be honest.
So usually in those cases, you'd have a 3 to 1 or a 2 to 1 and a 1 to 1 further down. This was got 2 pipes going into the silencer, so you perhaps.
There might be 3, we just can't see them, though.
Speculation, they could be doing a thing where it's either 3 going into that and it's just behind the one we can see it, or it is a 2 into 1 on one side and a 1 straight down, and then they have valves to allow more or less back pressure.
I'm trying to figure out how I feel about
which is a very
race
spec kind of thing to do.
Yeah.
And
we have been seeing a lot of bikes do the little valve thing.
Well, I mean, you look at this picture and you see we talk about the race spec. Basically, it's got electronically adjustable suspension.
We haven't said that yet, but yes, this has totally electronic suspension, which is active
on the fly.
Like
and
it's like doing
and
its
dynamic.
Thing. Yeah, it's doing its thing.
Yeah, which is pretty freaking cool. I mean, it looks okay. So here's my brain space with this stuff. Right, I think the bike is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything that Triumph is doing.
Okay.
With their styles and stuff like that. I look at that and I'm instantly in pain. I know that it's gonna rock, but it's also gonna be super duper uncomfortable.
I agree. Which is interesting because the Speed Triple RR is solid. You know, it is a little more aggressive than the MT10, but if that thing already feels slightly more aggressive for a naked, I'm really curious what this thing's going to feel like.
Well, so I think it'll feel a little bit more comfortable for you.
You think this thing will feel more comfortable?
Yeah.
I think you are wrong.
Because, here's the thing. First off, shout out to Doodle because she was with us on that ride. And she said she was too scared to get on that. I don't think she was too scared. I just think on gravel, it's a tall bike.
Right.
That bike is closer to your MT10.
Oh, that's a good point. The seat height remains the same.
Right, seat height remains the same. But that bike, the Speed Triple, is closer, I would say, to your MT10.
The RR or the RS?
RS.
Uh-huh.
Is closer to your MT10 than the RR looks to be because of the movement, everything back. So I think the reason that there was that feeling is because it was so close to what you're used to riding on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So there was some familiarity there, right?
Right.
And that was uncomfortable because it wasn't as aggressive as a super sport, but it wasn't as comfortable as a sport or a hyper naked.
Well, I don't know how I feel about it though.
Then when you go, and I watched this, when you get on super sports, which the seating position is totally a super sport, the way that this looks. When you get on that, your mindset is already in super sport. So you're adjusting yourself to that riding position.
That's fair.
So I think that it's just going to be one of those things where you get on it and you know exactly where you're at because you know what it feels like.
So you think this is going to be one of those motorcycles where when I get on it, my brain's going to go to super sport mode?
Yeah. Freaking Randrew on the Discord, my guy. This guy. No. Go to Discord real quick because he just put a fucking where did you find it? Did you make it? Did you find it? All right, go to Discord in the thread.
Yeah.
All right, go all the way down in the thread. Keep going. There you go. Speed Triple RS and the Speed Triple 1200.
Oh.
You were laying flat. Holy crap.
Bro, you are laying flat. I mean, we know that, I literally just, wow.
Yeah.
That's...
Not to mention your feet are going to be a little bit further apart because it's it's wider too.
Right.
On the,
Shout
on
out
the
to
pads.
Andrew. I don't
Yeah,
know if he
dude.
found that or made that, but props.
Yeah. So a question people are having in the chat, or a person
Yes.
is having, how much HP is this bike making?
Oh,
And that's
trust
a
me.
good segue.
Actually,
Let's go into an ad
let's
first.
do our ad real quick, and
and
we
then we'll
got
talk about
some
specs.
Yeah, we got some specs to talk about, guys. We're gonna talk about our ad real quick, and we will be right back. What's going on, guys? This episode of Live on Two Wheels is brought to you by Revzilla's RPM membership. What that is basically a membership program that only costs $60 a year, not a month, but a year, and you get a ton of rewards from it. It's kind of like Amazon Prime for Revzilla. So if you're buying a lot of motorcycle gear, especially on Revzilla, this could be really interesting for you. Check out all of the things you get for this. So you're gonna get free 2-day shipping and returns. You're gonna get 10% off exclusive brands. You're gonna get 5% cash back, period. Also, for you first-time members, you're gonna get $15 in cash back from the moment you get this membership. It's also gonna include early access to sales and phone lines and exclusive events. So if you're somebody that buys a ton of gear and could find a lot of value in this RPM thing, by all means, we'll have a link for you down in the description below. Thank you guys for supporting the show by going to that link. And thank you, Revzilla, for sponsoring this episode. We'll see you guys with the rest of the show. I want you to let me know that we're back by hitting the fart sound. Like, that's your, like, hey, we're back from the ad. That would... All right, guys. Thank you guys for sitting through the ad. We much appreciate it. Also, thank you, Revzilla, for sponsoring this episode.
Also, thank you for making RPM because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. It's like, Amazon's doing really good with this whole like Amazon Prime thing. I wonder if we can do something like that.
I also do want to point out that we did that on 5:30 on the dot.
Yes, we are great content creators. We are we are dang near professionals. All right, guys. Let's talk about some specs. And we're gonna get into something where I'm curious and I don't know how to think about this motorcycle, and we'll get into it. So, we already talked about the differences, right? The rear sets are going to be back, up, out. They're going to be clip-ons instead of handlebars. The rider's going to be lower down. The semi-active Öhlins Smart EC 2.0 suspension, huge deal. This is like only top-tier bikes have this kind of stuff.
Completely dynamic suspension. Like, will respond to the road conditions and your
what
riding.
mode you have it in. Like,
and
the
what,
bike
and
is
just what type of riding you're doing. As if you're pushing it harder, it'll do it.
Right. It's I don't even know how to think about that. And the only time I think I've really ridden active suspension or semi-active suspension was when I rode the Multistrada, not the Pikes Peak, but the other one that comes with the Skyhook.
Yeah.
That suspension, same situation.
Yeah.
The bike is like the computer in the motorcycle is like, what kind of riding is going on right now? Let me make the suspension best for what's going on. It's incredible stuff.
And it's independent from the ride modes and all that stuff too. So.
Exactly. So it's going to come with like track spec tires, Pirelli Diablo Supercorsa V3s. Like, you can literally buy the motorcycle and go to the track. Don't do nothing but just straight go.
Okay.
Those are an expensive set of tires. Like, they are track level tires. Now, as you guys know, it's a Triumph. It is a triple. It is a 1160 cc triple, putting out 177 horsepower and 92 foot-pounds of torque.
That's a lot of.
Those are big numbers. Now, those
a lot of pick 'em up and goes.
Wait, it's got more horsepower than the freaking Rocket.
What is it again?
177.
Okay. Yeah.
Holy balls.
Yeah, but the Rocket also
It has
is like,
160 torque. This only has 92.
And-
I
and
literally
also
just said this
weighs-
bike only has 92 foot-pounds
Yeah.
of torque.
So the important
Jesus.
metric of that is what does it weigh? Do we have a?
That's a great question. Let me find out.
Do we have a weight? I'm guessing it's in the 400s,
Speed triple.
high 400s, low 500s.
1200 RR weight. Somebody do 199 kilograms to pounds so I can actually know what I'm looking at. 200 kilograms, essentially. So whatever that is. Now, and also we talked about the price, the $20,950. So,
Jesus Christ.
437 pounds.
What did I say?
That's not bad if that's true. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so pricing differences. There's two models. There's red and there's white. It is literally only a paint change, and boy, do you pay for it. I guess maybe. I mean, is $300 expensive for a paint change when there's only 3 fairings? No. $300 for 3 fairings? Not bad.
Is not out of the norm from industry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, the white one, which I think looks great, I've got a photo of it here. The white one's going to be the one that's $20,950 or $950.
That red is doing it for me.
The red's coming in at $21,275. But look at this photo I've got of the white one. Look at the glory. I love this photo.
But the red does it for me.
I feel like a kid who wants to make this his background on his computer. Like, that's the level that I feel about this white.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm typically a red guy, as many of you guys know. Like, I'm red to the core. Some would say my blood is red. But the white one does it for me. So, competitor-wise, let's look at the competitors. And here's the weird thing. Every one of these competitors have handlebars. So are they really a competitor? Because like these are competitors to the RS. So is it fair to give the RR the same competitors?
I mean,
body position is going to be totally different than every one of these competitors.
Yeah, I'm sure with a little bit more time we could come up with what the actual like competitors. But I think the problem is that we're equating body style.
Well, like
with function.
So everything on this motorcycle is a competitor to the 2021 KTM 1290 Super Duke, the 2021 Ducati Street Fighter V4S, the 2021 Aprilia Tuono V4. Everything is competitive except for the body position.
Yeah.
So, like, it's and this is a quote from Triumph. They call this a modern take on the Cafe Racer and the ultimate sport bike for the road. So, I mean, that it's exactly that. They basically took this hyper naked class that we've talked about in previous episodes that is incredibly competitive.
So here's what I see. Looking at the competition, looking at their current lineup, they being Triumph.
Yep.
And this new bike. And I think a good way to think about this is that they took existing design language and existing bikes and use that as a platform to put it in those categories. So like I said, I'm getting a very Thruxton inspired feel.
Let me look up a Thruxton so the peeps can know.
So it looks like they go, okay, we want to compete in this. Let's take what we already have and then kind of, you see what I'm saying? It's got a kind of like the Thruxton R.
Where's the this one.
Thruxton R. It's got that. This is like the old school version. Oh, what a cancerous site.
I don't know. Well, value your trade in just 30 seconds.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? It's
Thruxton RS. Yeah, so it does have that kind of swoopy front look.
Swoop-de-whoop with the single headlight. It's like they took the existing, it's a hyper cafe bike. Ranger said it's like some kind of weird a hybrid, and that's a clip-on, so it's got the same kind of vibe.
You are very on point with the Thruxton vibe. I knew it had a Thruxton vibe, but I didn't realize it had such a Thruxton
taking
vibe.
That and then marrying it with the existing RS to make something that is both of those things at once, I think it's just from looking at it, because like they could have very well have done a hyper naked in the same style, but
they have the hyper. That's the RS,
right? But I mean, like I'm talking about, like like coming out with something that is analogous to the Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
And I think because of the lineage of their bikes,
right,
are rooted in that old school kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the design language is very much like
they're going to be the
marriage of
person
those.
that takes like, hey, we know that the Hyper Naked is a really competitive class. Yeah. We've got our RS in that class, but we're going to put our like Triumph spin on the class, which is what we have with the Speed Trouble 1200.
I'll ride it for 5 minutes before my back snaps in half.
I'm not going to lie. Here's another thing, and I'm curious to get your opinion on this, because like I was building this website with Squarespace.
Not a sponsor
not
today.
A sponsor. So when I was building this competitor list, I didn't really know if I should put the Ducati Monster in here or if I should put the Street Fighter V4. So, what is your take on that? Should the Monster 1200 be in here, or should it be the V4?
It is the V4.
You think the V4? You think the Street Fighter?
Yeah, I definitely think so because the Street Fighter V4 is, to me, it is that same kind of style of like it's an overly aggressive version of already existing platform.
Right.
Whereas it's like a monster on meth.
But isn't that what the Street Fighter is? You know,
that's
like
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Street Fighter is like the monster, but on meth. It's a coked up '80s version of like of the monster. Whereas I think this is the same for the RS. It is the let's make this more aggressive and then style it. The one thing I like about it is styled in a way that sets it apart from the RS entirely.
Right. Yeah, the interesting thing is like if we're looking at all the competitors right here,
body position is going to be the worst.
I don't know if I'm excited for that or love that because like this class is all full of disgusting motorcycles. And when I say disgusting, I just mean like these are motorcycles you're going to ride on the road. Is there 208 horsepower in a Street Fighter? Like, bro, what the hell?
Is there another super sport that is Donald Duck in it?
Currently?
Yeah.
I can't think of any. And guys in the chat, if you guys can think of one.
I mean, honestly, this is a super sport when we're going down to it. Like, this should exist in the same line as the Daytona. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, so that's my confusing part is like,
weird.
Do I compare that with the same people, the same bikes that I would compare the RS to? Because like all the numbers are the same. You know, we're all looking around this like somehow the Aprilia is the cheap one. I'm kind of surprised at that, but the Tuono V4 comes in at $16,000.
So,
you know,
when I look at the design, man, the thing that is most striking if anybody has talked to me for any decent amount of time, you know that like I'm into like retro stuff.
Right.
Like, I like the retro look when it comes to my bike. I bought the Bolt because it looked old but had new technology. I'm a fan of marrying those two ideas.
Yes, 100%. I could not be more like sing dong with you with that.
So when I look at this is the most mature take on a old design language done in a modern way. If they can just keep doing this, like, I'd love to see some of this energy put into like their Bonneville line and like really differentiate the different models that are Bonneville. But like Triumph is knocking it out of the park with their, like, you look at the new Rocket.
Yeah,
the styling on that is amazing.
Right.
The Trident looks great.
Yeah.
Like, and very distinct and different. This is wholly different from nearly anything in the market in that kind of space.
Yeah, that's why we're
talking about these other bikes that really just on numbers alone are in the same category, but this is not the same thing because that riding position.
This is the hard thing that I've had because like, and I love the way this motorcycle looks.
Yeah.
Which makes me worry that I'm going to have the thing where something bad is going to be there and it's going to be the body position.
Because, I wonder if they're going to do a street triple in this as well.
I don't think they will because they're like this whole thing is supposed to be their like pinnacle of performance type thing. So it wouldn't make sense to.
I mean, it doesn't make sense because it's the peak of blah, blah, blah. But like it makes sense in their current lineup. They've always done that. So like pretty much every one of their bikes has a bigger version or in this case, a lower version. They start at the top and go down.
I mean, it'll fully depend on how good it does, right?
Yeah.
Like if this, I mean, it's an expensive ass bike though, dude.
That's why I'm wondering if they'll do a street triple.
Like because we know Triumph motorcycles generally, bar the Trident, are all in that premium class.
Yeah.
And if you guys have ever ridden a Triumph, they freaking should be. Everything feels like it is the pinnacle of like touch.
Yeah.
Like when I ride a Triumph motorcycle, it's been
fit and
every
finish,
single
the
one
feel,
of them.
Everything is really nice.
Yeah. So, if you guys watch the show a lot, Bo always talks about one of the things that Harley Davidson has going for them is that they put a lot of really nice fit and finish on their motorcycles. For me, the pinnacle of fit and finish is Triumph motorcycles. I did see a comment the other day. I think it was on the Rocket First Ride, because if it's a Triumph First Ride, I'm going to talk about the buttons.
Yeah.
The buttons are a big deal to me.
Yeah.
And they said that they found BMWs to have better fit and finish. But as we all know, if you're fans of the channel, like, we have a really hard time getting our hands on BMWs. So,
also, I don't think anybody in here is really that big of a fan of BMWs.
that's true. Hey, my wife can't. Wait, babe, how are you on the chat? I thought you were driving to a shoot.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, yay, my wife's in here. I'm so excited. Woo!
Yeah. So, Downshift says that this bike will be, unfortunately, a flop. And I have to say, I'm not. I will say I'll agree with him to an extent, because this bike isn't going to sell like their other bikes because of that.
You don't think so?
Of that price. Yeah. It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I get that. But, bro, people are buying Ducatis, though. Ducatis cost more.
They're buying Ducatis, but, like, this is a purpose-built machine that is, I mean, it's really a flex. And only
So you're putting this in the category of, like, H2 type shit? Yeah. Like, this is something we can do, and this fits our brand, so let's do it.
It's going to be a flex. Like, people are buying those other bikes that we've compared it to because they're great and comfortable.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be great and uncomfortable.
I'll disagree with that. The RS is not a necessarily comfortable motorcycle. I don't think I could ride that motorcycle as long as I could ride my MT-10 comfortably.
Yeah, but you did say on the first ride that it wasn't that bad. And
on the first ride. Oh, the first time actual just riding it type thing?
Yeah, on that. Yeah, sorry.
On that trip, on the ride.
Not the first ride.
I was about to say, when did I do it? I
forgot.
But
your first ride on the Street Fighter. So you think about the Street Fighter, and you're like, okay, this is doable.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, that thing being the RR is going to be happiest in those very specific situations. So at that price.
Klutz first brought something up. He says Triumph is not Ducati. They don't have the same clout. And I wouldn't say clout, but I would say reputation. Yeah. Where Ducati does have
I think he got it right with clout. Ducati is one of those things. People get a fucking Ducati because it's a fucking Ducati.
No. People buy a Ducati, yes, because it's Ducati, but they also buy it because it's like race inspired. Where people buy a Triumph because Triumph's one of the main brands. Triumph is the brand that's doing the best job at making modern motorcycles, tech-wise, that have a authenticity and a feel of where motorcycles came from. I don't think anybody's going to argue. Nobody touches Triumph when it comes to that. Can you think of any other company that makes retro modern motorcycles?
Honda was doing it for a while, and then they kind of screwed the pooch when they got rid of the first. I think it was the first gen of the CB. The CB1000. It was very retro or whatever, and then they went for like that super modern retro, which I don't like, but like, you know, there's not very many out there doing that. Kawasaki's starting to go back with it. That new
I know a lot of companies are doing the retros.
What is it? The new
Z600
or something like that?
No, it's a 900.
900. That's
Z900 RS and shit.
That thing is legit.
Well, like, I'm not saying other companies don't do it. I'm saying to the level.
Royal Enfield. I will say their Continental was...
I've never ridden a Royal
Continental,
Enfield in my life.
The GT was dope. Not the highest of quality.
Well, here's what I'm worried about. Because I love the idea of this motorcycle, but obviously I can't really say anything about it until I actually ride the damn thing. Looks-wise, love it. Yeah. I know that I love fit and finish on Triumphs, and
the tech is good.
The tech is top notch. Yeah. And I've ridden the RS. I know for a fact that
but that price is steep.
Well, so here's the thing I'm worried about. So Ducatis can charge their expensive ass prices because it's a race motorcycle, right? Even though you're buying a Street Fighter. But Triumph ain't known in their... I don't think of Triumph as I'm going to buy a motorcycle to go as fast as I can. Whether I'm not saying Triumph motorcycles are slow, I'm just saying when I think of Triumph, I think of a really cool look with really premium feel.
I can tell you this. As a person from the outside looking in, anytime I see a Ducati, I pretty much think like the same thing that most people think, which is like, oh, that dude's got some cash.
Okay.
That's all. And that has been reinforced by every time that we've been on mountain and some guy is dropping like a bajillion dollars on his top of the line Ducati with all of the accessories and blah blah blah. Only
So what do you think about
only
when
to
you
bring
see some-
about it back like a week later because he didn't like the color of the wheel? Like that's the kind of thing I see when I think Ducati.
There are people that ride Ducatis that are like that, yes.
Yeah.
So when you see somebody with a Triumph, regardless of the type of Triumph, what do you think about that person? Like, what's your...
In Atlanta, I can tell you I probably wouldn't hang out with them because most of the people I see riding Triumphs, it depends on which Triumph it is, but if I see like a Bonneville or a Thruxton, I'm like, that guy's probably a fucking hipster douchebag.
Wow.
But that's just because-
Bo with the judgment today.
That's because we live in Atlanta where there's a lot of hipster douchebags. So it's like it's the laws of averages. But like I know plenty of dudes that have ridden Tigers cross country and like and just like adventure bikes and shit like that. Most of the street versions of the bikes that I see are
Right.
like ridden a lot around here, and I don't know. I just think like, oh, it's cool. I like Triumphs.
I love them so much.
I'm not 100% sold. Like they're getting better, but like they're not highly rated in reliability on the list of import motorcycles. But they have been getting better, and their design choices are great. This price, however, is kind of a throwback.
I'll agree with you on the price.
They're doing Ducati tax without being a Ducati, and it remains to be seen whether or not this meets that price tag.
I don't know.
It may.
Man.
So here's the thing: without getting on it and knowing, we may not know. This thing we might go like, oh shit, this is only $20,000.
Okay, so
You know what I mean?
if we get one of these in the shop and you ride it,
Yeah.
we're getting back on here, and you are gonna say you were wrong if you were. We have to be 100% honest because
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be amazing, and I think my back's gonna hurt when I get done riding it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be smiling through the pain.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm feeling with this thing.
I think the real key is going to be like, is the future of your being able to sit up straight worth $20,000, or because you can do the same thing for less money. You can fuck your back up for half that.
You could just sleep wrong. At
Yeah,
night.
dude.
Well, so I think here's my predictions. I think, and I'm gonna do everything I can to get us a Speed Triple RS in the shop
Okay.
before the RR. That way, I will be able to do a 1-to-1.
You pull old R7 versus MT07.
Yeah, that video
Yeah.
did great. We're gonna do another one, but I think at the end of the day, I'm gonna enjoy the RS more, just because like I already know.
Yeah.
Like right when we did the MT07 versus R7, like I love the R7, and if I had the money and the time to do track days a lot, of course I would get an R7. But
Yeah.
that's not reality.
Yeah.
Right? I get to go up to the mountains a few times a month, a week. Shit, I wish. Fucking living the dream.
Well, we
baby.
mentioned it on that video with the R7 and the MT07. Like,
It's just the reality. You got to
the
get the bike
reality
for
is
how you
this,
ride.
Like, okay, so if you had a bike that you just took to those places,
yeah,
then-
like
then,
trailering it up.
right? But like most people aren't doing that. We're riding up to Blood. We're riding up to such.
So I noticed that it's we only have 7 minutes. I did want to give a shout out to this guy on Instagram whose work I absolutely love.
Also, we had a super chat. Do you feel they were influenced by the Super Veloce on this one? I am not sure what that is. Do you know what that is?
Bart, we do not know what the Super Veloce is.
I probably said that wrong anyway.
Yeah, of course we said it wrong.
Am not
but
Italian.
am not good at.
Are you serious? You son of a bitch!
I did forget to turn the air compressor.
Are you kidding me?
I had to do some work on the MT10 today. I forgot to turn the air compressor off.
Where's the power? You son of a bitch! What have I said?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I unplugged it.
Did you unplug it?
No.
Huh?
Oh my god.
Is it unplugged?
Yeah, the cable's not plugged.
Son of a bitch!
My bad, fam. My bad.
How many times I gotta tell you, fuckers?
Okay, Super Veloce is a MV Agusta. So show
Okay.
my screen real quick.
Okay.
Shout out to Car Design Concepts, I assume is his name.
Yeah. It is
so,
because it says it right there.
Yeah. I didn't know if there was some fancy way to say that.
I want to first off clarify something before you go into that.
Uh-huh.
That is the air compressor that when left attached to whatever somebody uses will then kick on because
it was not left attached to anything, just to be clear.
Was it not?
It was not.
Are you sure?
I made sure to unplug it.
When?
Yeah. When I got done.
Because it went on just then.
I do know that.
So it had to be plugged into something.
It wasn't plugged in. That was just
every
natural.
time they do that, it goes on like
all
randomly.
natural. Anyway, this guy back in August, this is the same guy. If you guys remember when we talked about the MT10 having like a supercharger or turbocharger or some shit early on in the Live on Two Wheels career, this guy did a phenomenal rendering of what an MT10 could look like. And legitimately, if the MT10 looked like what he designed, bruh, I would literally sell my MT10 that day to buy the next one. So back in August of this year, based on that little teaser shit that Triumph put out, he makes this one at the top.
Yeah.
Let me get it moved over so you guys can see the whole thing. Look how freaking close this guy's concept was to the actual thing. This is Triumph's thing. Look down to the line in the fairing. I don't even know how do you even do this? How do you even make this stuff?
This is compositing from different parts from, I assume, from different parts from their previous
so like,
bikes.
let me be clear. I understand that the bottom half of the motorcycle, like here down, bro, you just copied a Speed Triple RS, right? No big deal there. But the fact that he can nail the top so damn close, just...
Yeah.
Oh, we have a clap. I don't have to clap. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. So if you guys want to follow somebody on Instagram for some really cool designs, do post all the time. Highly recommend this guy, KARDESIGN Concepts. Anyway, we got 3 minutes left. Should we?
Let's go into the Discord.
Well, first off, final thoughts. Final thoughts of the RR.
I love the look. I love the style. I fucking hate the price.
Okay. I think it's one of the. Do I want to say it? I'm putting it in my top 3 favorite looking motorcycles right now, which means it's in there with the R7. It's the Speed Triple 1200 RR, and I don't know what the third one is. I cannot love how it looks more. I know that the engine's phenomenal. I'm worried about my back. I'm really worried about me being like, can I have one for a year, Triumph? Is that cool?
And I just gotta like wear a back brace every time you ride it.
Dara, thank you. His YouTube channel is Moto Kandi, Moto Candy.
Nice.
You guys go follow him. Let him know where you came from, so that way we can support some people. Do you remember back in the day on Live on Two Wheels, we would be like showing YouTube people?
Yeah.
And we
don't have enough time.
Sorry about that. All right. Speaking of not enough time, let's go to Discord. All right. We got to pick 2 people, right?
2 people. Yep.
2 people. Threads Live 29. Let's go to the. Oh my good God, fam. All right.
Oh, I already got one.
Oh God. So I will say, shout out to the guys in Discord. There is some sort of smart helmet thing going on.
It's amazing.
After last show, we talked about smart helmets, and something about smart helmets just left it, which is basically the idea of they want us to get a dumb helmet and make it smart. SMORT. So we'll have to do a smart helmet video. You guys can see all the smart stuff.
Okay. I'm picking one.
Pause. What the hell is this?
Yeah. Hold on. Now he's wearing a smart helmet. Look,
he's wearing. So this is
an
me.
iPad.
This is me. This is like my jacket.
Yeah.
On a Honda Monkey with a helmet with sunglasses and an iPad attached to the back via duct tape.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a smart helmet if we're all wondering.
Yeah. I already picked mine, so.
When you ride, but don't ride smart. Oh my God.
And that's you.
That is me. Yeah, that's a clip from a first ride.
I go today off. I go today off. Great success.
Oh my God.
Fucking Ranger kills it, dude.
Oh my god.
Ranger kills it. There's another good one in there.
Oh god, I can't. Spoiler, it's not s'more. Oh my god, I can't. We got the Rider Triangle. Is there anything? Oh god. Me, I can't wait to take the day off. Me on my day off. Look at the fucking helmet.
Ranger kills it.
I fucking can't.
And that is that gearhead motorcade.
Oh my god.
All right. That's got a lot of reactions too. I think that might win, but like,
yeah, that's
keep scrolling down because.
Bro, look at young Chase.
Yeah, I'm glad that's the version that you saw.
Being given the s'more.
I'm glad that's the version that you have open right now. Because otherwise we might get flagged.
Oh, God.
That is a picture that Downey put up there, by the way. And then Ranger fixed it and made it PG.
Oh, thank you, Ranger. I appreciate Downey.
Now we're getting to my pick. This is my pick.
This one?
Yep.
Did you unplug the air compressor? Yes, air compressor. Dude, my face is as red as her fairy. Oh my god.
That's my pick.
Oh shit. Okay, so
I mean, if I'm being honest, I think it's me. I can't wait for my day off, and but my choice is
Okay.
Trace Wars.
So yeah, I think we'll let this guy win because my side hurts right now from that. And I think the community has chosen that this has to win this one. Bro, it's this one for me right here. Just sitting in a rock, just looking out, just chilling.
All right. Yep.
All right, so guys, Bo's going to get into contact with y'all, and we'll get y'all $50 Revzilla gift cards. This is fun. Our last 5 minutes should just be dedicated to Discord. This is great. Oh, man. All right, guys, that is going to be it for us. I have got to get home to feed my puppy. So
I've got some Fallout 76 to play. So
yeah, I'm Heather's at a shoot, so I'm just gonna have to play video games and be a pathetic potato. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching live. If you did, if you're not, this is available on YouTube on the Chase on Two Wheels YouTube channel. Shocker! It's also available as a podcast. So if you guys just want to listen to us, power to you. And other than that, we will see you guys next Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, because EST is no longer a thing, supposedly.
What?
Every email I've been getting lately and like setting meetings up is everybody saying EDT now, like Eastern Daylight Time. I don't know. I just respond. Anyways, guys, we're here every week. We will see you guys next Thursday, or just watching on YouTube. If you're here, make sure to hit the like button, because there's a few more people here than the like button has been hit. All right, we love you guys a long time. We'll see you next week. Poot it out. Later, guys.